Milwaukee, Brooklyn. When that series first started, I was like, "Oh shit, we're in for a series. We're about to see the Brooklyn Nets face the toughest challenge they could possibly face, and these teams are about to beat up on one another." That's what I thought going into it.
That was at 5, right?
Huh?
Never mind, continue.
All right, so Brooklyn and Milwaukee, game 1. Giannis went off, but it seems like Chris Middleton couldn't get right.
Ain't nothing new.
Heavy. Drew Holiday couldn't get right. What's his name? Brooke Lopez couldn't get right. And Kevin Durant looks like a god amongst men. Kyrie Irving looks like he can't miss.
Kyrie Irving in the first game was missing a lot, but he still made a lot of points.
Game. Yes,
and that was just threes. I'm not talking about total scoring. Like I think he went 3 for 11 or something like that. But he had 25, so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But there's something for going for 11 though. I mean, that's actually like
they could not stop him. Kyrie Irving is one of the most skilled players I've ever seen in my life. The fact that he's not that tall and he can just like score around the basket whenever he wants is astounding to me. His handle is probably the illest I've ever seen. I've never seen anybody who's that good at handling the basketball. And he just seems like it's like attached to his hand. It's like a yo-yo.
Yeah, he got a string on it. That's what they say. It's like he got a string on it.
It's like better than Iverson, better than Curry, better than Crawford, better than anybody I've ever seen. And they're doing all this without James Harden. James Harden got hurt immediately. And has I don't know yet, but he hasn't played in game 1 or 2. And in game 2, the Nets beat the dog shit out of the Milwaukee Bucks.
I watched the whole game.
Like 40 points.
It was bad.
It was bad. They were up by like 50.
So Harden's like their number 3?
I would say Harden is the number 2.
So losing to so Lakers
What do you mean?
lost their 2. Well, like Lakers is like LeBron, AD, Schroeder, right? So they lost AD, but they
I feel like AD is the number
so
one
if Harden's
option.
number 2, then it's like they still won with their first.
I think
and third.
AD is the number 1 scoring option, but LeBron is the person
He's our
who
captain.
facilitator.
He's our field marshal.
Okay, so he could be the number 1, then AD is
He's
the
like
2.
he's like their Chris Paul, I guess.
So on Brooklyn,
Hell
KD is like head and shoulders above everybody else. Period.
Yeah.
KD is clearly the number 1 guy.
Then I feel like James Harden is number 2.
I think
then
it
Kyrie
might
Irving.
actually vary on a night-to-night basis. I think James Harden is the best primary ball handler because he's a great playmaker and he's a really good passer.
Yeah.
He can make sure that the other guys on the team get involved. Whereas Kyrie is like a self-activated, I get buckets, period, type of guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there might be a night where Kyrie gets you 40 and James Harden might get you 20 and
But he has
15,
about like presence and like physical, like
Who?
like Harden.
I
In
think-
terms of like he's like just there. He's more of a physical presence, I suppose.
I agree with that. But I also think he's a better passer.
Okay.
And because he's a better passer, he often has the ball when he's on the floor, he's got the ball. Because he's gonna not only be able to score when he needs to score, but he's gonna make sure that everybody else is getting their touches, getting their points as well. Because eventually you're gonna need Joe Harris to make a shot. You're gonna need
Joe Harris been
Bruce
hooping.
Brown to make some shit.
Everybody been hooping, really.
They have been because
Sham had been hooping.
Have you noticed?
I'm like, dang, why is everybody?
Sham is playing
Bro,
like he was
Joe Harris
in,
been hooping.
on the Clippers.
Blake Griffin has been hooping.
One thing I've noticed about the Nets is they're playing really fast, and I'm wondering if Steve Nash is kind of implementing that Phoenix style from the early 2000s to the mid 2000s with this Brooklyn team, because they're scoring, they're running, they're moving quickly, they're putting up a lot of shots.
In one of the Celtics games, they had 112 at the end of the third.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I've never seen no shit
that
like
last
that.
game. When they were
And
like 50 points up. Like,
it was
They were up
what
insane.
did you say? 40?
They
How
were
many-
up by. They won the
What the
game by
fuck?
39, but
Yeah.
at one
I
point they
never
were
seen
up by
anything like that.
49.
I've only, yeah.
Bro, they have
It's insane.
They have an
I never-
all-star team, bro.
They really do.
I never, I mean,
It was an ass whooping, and I'm just.
jeez.
I really gotta take back everything I said that was not including like the Brooklyn Nets being unbeatable. I don't see anybody being able to beat them, particularly now. I think the closest opportunity is probably the Sixers. I think that's the only
They
hope.
gonna do the same thing.
And I think
If they
so.
do the Giannis, they gonna pack the paint, and then
They don't got shit for
Giannis is
Joel.
gonna be thinking like, "Oh, should I
They
shoot?"
don't got shit for Joel. They don't got shit for
Would you say,
Joel.
what's your
bro.
odds?
No,
then?
they don't.
Yes, they do.
You're
They
saying
don't got
like
shit
six-
for Joel.
Joel
That's just
not
one
finna
guy.
out-
you're
outscored
saying
3
70,
people.
That's what
70
I'm saying.
You're saying 70-30s Knicks, Sixers?
Huh?
You're saying 70-30 you got... would
Oh,
you
so
bet-
the Sixers right now are playing the Hawks.
No, I know what I'm saying. It's like whenever... if they do come together, who do you think... would you say 70%?
Nets and Sixers.
Yeah.
I'd
Like,
say
what's your odds there?
No, they're gonna be playing.
85-15.
They go
Nets.
85-15? All right, so then, like, you're saying 95-10 to them against, like, the Sun or the Jazz or whatever?
I think the only way that the Suns could beat them is if Kevin Durant or Kyrie
They got
Irving
it.
gets hurt.
So it'd be like some dirty shit. Like, and it wasn't really, like, a real... some shit Skip would call out.
And like the Jazz, I don't know. I think the Jazz might have a shot. Their defense is really efficient. And they got a lot of shooters.
You
They got a
make-
gang of shooters.
With a team like that, you can't make that decision right now.
The
So-
Jazz
so-
might have a shot.
Until you see how
might-
they
yeah,
how they
might.
transit. Do you mean?
But it's just iffy. Like the
Yeah.
Jazz is too iffy to.
But you have to see like how they get through the conference in order to get to see like what they would do. That's what
Well,
you're
we'll
saying.
we'll
Like,
get to that. We'll get to that. But,
But
right
you're like
now,
saying like today it would be like
right now, I'd say that the
Like, they went
teams that
today.
have the best chance of beating the Nets
Okay.
are in this order: Utah, Philly, Phoenix, Atlanta.
okay.
No, Utah, Philly, Clippers, Phoenix, Atlanta, Denver.
I feel like Phoenix would be more up there.
I don't.
Okay, so then who with the Clippers? Who do you think has more likelihood to win that series then?
I think Phoenix is gonna beat the Clippers.
Yeah.
But if the Clippers win, it's because Kawhi is like not having it.
It's not
You know,
gonna make sure
like
happen.
Kawhi would have to go like Super Saiyan Blue or some shit to beat them. I don't
So
see
his
it
hair
though.
never goes blue.
Yeah, I've never seen him turn
I don't
blue.
even think the Clippers are good like that.
I don't
I
think
just
so
think
either.
they have
They're not in
Kawhi
reality.
and Paul George. That's what makes them.
And Paul George is so hit and miss.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that. Brooklyn, Milwaukee. Blake Griffin is rejuvenated. I think he was the biggest difference maker in game one. And I think that Blake Griffin kind of showed me something about Giannis. He was daring him to shoot. Y'all realize that Blake Griffin is spending the majority of his minutes at the 5? Blake Griffin is playing center. So, like, Blake Griffin is shooting threes, playing the 5, and he's guarding Giannis or Lopez, and they're not doing shit in the post. And that's a goddamn shame because it's Blake Griffin. I'm not even, like, calling Blake Griffin, like, soft and no kind of chump or no shit like that, but you're full of shit if you think that Giannis can't bulldoze the shit out of Blake Griffin. And the fact that he's not says to me,
It's the
Giannis
team.
is scared.
It's the team. It's the team defense, though. Every time Giannis go in there, they collapse. And they'll take a 3 from somebody else quick.
True.
Then let him get in there. Like, they already set the tone, bro. Like,
And Middleton does not have the juice.
he had the juice against Miami. Well, I will say that.
That nigga is
On a
juiceless
positive note.
now.
But, yeah.
That nigga is sans juice.
You know how they was calling the Raptors LeBronto?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the same about KD. when it
I
comes
think
to
KD is just like Shang Tsung. He's just taking niggas' souls.
KD is the bad guy, bro. KD is a super villain. KD is a super villain that
He
does
really
whatever
is.
he wants, bro.
He's Doctor Doom. He's Shang Tsung. He's like fucking.
Yeah, because he's
Ra's
getting
al
his power
Ghul.
by destroying and sucking the soul. So it's like you see him getting stronger, and you're like, man, motherfucker. He's
I've never seen no shit like that. That motherfucker just scores so easy. Every time he shoots, it just looks like it's going in.
He shot 12 for 24.
It's insane.
25. 12 for
It's
25.
insane. He's shooting like 50% from
what
three.
the hell, bro? What's wrong
He's shooting
with
like
you?
50% from three.
I was watching the game. It looked like he was just making every three. Like, it just looked like he made every three. Like, it's just...
I've never
It's
seen no shit
because you're
like
used
that.
to like what 20 like the average player was like 25% on three.
Nah,
Yeah.
I think league average is like 36, something like that. So that's like, 1 out of 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are some people like a good season, a great season is if you shoot like 40%, high 30s, low 40s. That's a great season. Kevin Durant's shooting like 50%. It's fucking stupid. It doesn't make
I feel like there's
he's
probably
just-
some trainer in there like throwing like little knives at him, like just like making sure like he doesn't have any like distraction. He's just like on the right kind of like. I mean, he's just there. You know what I mean?
just like Bill the Butcher.
Yeah, they're writing
I
raps
feel
about like
Evan.
like killing your mama and stuff. And
I
you're just there, just
damn.
like
I feel
just like. You know,
Giannis.
That's that killer training, bro. That if you
Yeah.
could dodge a wrench, you can dodge a
feel
ball.
like
Like, that's that right there.
hit him in
yeah,
the
I want you to like
clavicle and shit.
manipulate. They're like beta blockers.
You better
and
not
stuff.
miss.
No, they have like certain
Holy
drugs that like make
shit.
it so you don't feel like fear or anything. You're just like
It's called-
Yeah.
It's called methamphetamine. I'm joking.
Yeah, but he ain't on that shit. No,
Nah, he be
but-
focused, bro. He be focused on that
nigga is-
round.
That nigga's blitzkrieg.
And PJ Tucker ain't got nothing for him, man. He too short.
Blitzkrieg is
I've never
mad too.
Yeah, blitzkrieg was mad.
It was all mad. But anyway,
But KD, I've never seen no shit like that. He really is the best player in the world, and I don't think anybody got shit for him. And as long as there's at least 2 of them healthy, and at least one of them is Kevin Durant, the Nets aren't losing, bro. They really aren't. I don't see anybody beating them. Blake Griffin looks rejuvenated. Shamit's playing well. Joe Harris is playing well.
They don't even have Jeff Green right now. He got to get back. Harden got to get back. Like
I think they're fine.
they're fine. Like
fine.
they are fine without them, bro. But
That shit is crazy.
they got injuries that